Well, last week I showed you how to skin and quarter the mountain lion. This week we're going to finish up the tail, which is one of the beautiful parts of the trophy on a mountain lion and not one you want to mess up. Very similar to skinning out a coyote, a bobcat, a foxtail, anything else. It's imperative that you get the bone out of the tail. So when I originally made my cuts, I cut about halfway to 3/4 down the bottom side of the tail. So now what I'm going to do, you can see here I made a cut along the bottom side of the tail. So all I'm going to do now is basically follow that cut and follow the bone along the side of the bone of this mountain lion. And you can see mountain lions have a huge, thick tail. Part of the reason is they use that for balance. Well, now you can see I've made a cut all the way through the bottom side of that tail. So now what I'm going to do, and this is where you want to be careful, because if you haven't cut this tail down partially, or if it hitches up, you can actually pull the tail right off this mountain lion. So I'm going to nice and slowly come down to where I cut this lion right at the base of the tail. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep going, following the base of the tail a little further. I'm just going to keep following down this tail, just carefully holding my knife. And again, you want to make sure the knife is sharp, and I just keep pulling and skinning down that tail all the way. And again, make sure you're on the bottom of the tail, not the top, because the top is the part that's going to be shown, whether it's a wall mount or whether it's a full mount. So now I'm down near the tip of this lion's tail, and again, I'm just going to keep going nice and slowly. I'm going to pull this bone out of the tail. And here's an interesting part. This tail actually has a kink in it. It was probably broken at one time. Could have been in a fight with another lion. And that's why you want to just go slow all the way to the very end of that tail, and then you can cut it off. So there's a beautiful boned out tail from a mountain lion that my wife and me will be able to enjoy forever.